the correction of votes and proceedings on Wednesday, the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, raised concerns on why the minority MPs were marked as absent without permission, despite the group's notice to the general public that it would be embarking on boycott whenever a member is being prosecuted at the court. Now, the group says this could have a debilitating effect on them, since the standing orders of Parliament state that a member of Parliament stands to lose his or her seat if he or she absents himself or herself for 15 sittings without permission from the Speaker and without any justifiable reasons to that effect.
If members absent themselves for a number of days, 15 sittings, your seat could be declared vacant by the Right Honourable Speaker. So my legitimate fear is that the way the records are being captured, it really could be inimical to our continuous membership of this House if we don't, Mr. Speaker, avert our minds to this. We have stated for the record that we are boycotting proceedings. Let that reflect. And yesterday the Honourable Patrick Boama saw us. We do come to Parliament. We do engage in other parliamentary duties. But we all know that in the parliamentary basket are available all kinds of tools to register dissent or to protest. You can boycott, you can stage a walkout, you can even absent yourself from voting. You can be here and decide to engage in a silent protest. They are all democratic tools available to members of Parliament the world over. When we have exercised that democratic right, that constitutional right, we should not be punished for it. We should not be declared absent, for which, after a number of days, if care is not taken, somebody may just bring an application and say that we have crossed the threshold and that our seat should be declared vacant. So, Mr. Speaker, this is not a matter to be taken lightly. There are constitutional implications, and that is why I raised the matter, especially as we have more boycotts in the offing, seeing that our colleagues on the other side remain belligerent and adamant, and they want to continue with their witch hunting. In that spirit, we would have to continue with our protest.
We have two documents. One is the official report. The official report will definitely capture what the minority leader stated that day, that any time a colleague of yours is to attend court proceedings, you will solidarize with that colleague and you will be absent to participate with that colleague in the court proceedings. So the official report will capture that. Now, anytime you want to do so, if you want the permission in writing of the Speaker, you have to seek it. If you don't seek it and you don't have it, you will be recorded as absent, and that is without permission. I cannot come and use any verbal language or words to grant you permission. It must be in writing. And so I think the table office is right in saying that you've been absent without permission. That is what our rules say.
During proceedings on Wednesday, the minority members in Parliament stressed the need for the House to constitute a probe into the leaked tape, which suggests that government plans to remove the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, from office in a bid to rig the upcoming general elections.
When there's a leaked tape, when the leaked tape, there's issues around the leaked tape, has to do with the IGP, the sitting IGP, and the attempt to remove him, and the issues about 2024 election, and what must be done to make sure that a new IGP is put in place who will collude with a sitting government to get a certain outcome. That must concern this parliament. It borders on the security and the stability of our country. And it's very important that the minister is here, that this house, and I'm happy he's here, that this house wants to know who are those involved, what is the authenticity of that leak tape. We need to find out, and I think all I'm asking, Mr. Speaker, is that we ask the Minister of State, who is responsible for this sector, to look into the matter and to find out the truth in this matter and advise this house.
Impression should not be created that an appointment of a particular IGP of a ruling government determines the outcome of an election. It doesn't support it. There's nothing that supports it. And so it's important that if you are saying there's a tape, whether it should be investigated or not, rather than Speaker, I have no problem, it's your bosom. But to go ahead and comment on it and create the impression that a particular IGP in place determines the outcome of election is wrong.
Because the identity of the persons are not known, it is only through such forensic thorough audit you will establish those behind it. And Mr. Speaker, we do so not just for the professional integrity of the IGP and to preserve and protect him and empower him to ensure that elections in this country, even tomorrow, are conducted in a manner. Mr. Speaker, I'm sure you have always taught us that the word free and fair have constitutional meaning. When the Constitution says that elections shall be conducted in a manner which is free. Free from what? Free from fear, free from intimidation, free from influence. It has a meaning. So free and then fair. So, Mr. Speaker, to preserve our democracy and to protect the professional integrity of the Inspector General of Police, and to appreciate what Dampari is doing in preserving this, we are requesting for a parliamentary inquiry into this matter.
I will urge the maker of the urgent statement to submit in writing the terms of the proposed statement, which he just gave us notice. This will guide me to give the direction as to how the investigation or inquiry will be conducted by the appropriate committee of the House.
The House also passed the Narcotics Control Commission Amendment Bill 2023 that empowers the Ministry of Interior to grant licenses for the cultivation of cannabis for industrial and medicinal purposes. The Supreme Court had earlier struck out provisions in the Narcotics Control Commission Act that allowed for the cultivation of certain kinds of cannabis for medicinal and industrial purposes, arguing that it was legislated in violation of Article 106 of the 1992 Constitution.
Right Honorable Speaker, I move that the Narcotics Control Commission Amendment Bill 2023 be now read a third time.
The question is that those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried.
An act to amend the Narcotics Control Commission Act 2022 Act 1019 to insert Section 43 to empower the minister to grant a license for the cultivation of cannabis, which has not more than 0.3% THC content on dry weight basis for industrial purposes, for obtaining fiber or seed, or for medicinal purposes.
Honorable members, the Narcotics Control Commission Amendment Bill 2023 is deemed read the third time and passed.
Reporting from Parliament, my name is Ni Ayikwe Okain for Citi News.